Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where I help eczema warriors get rid of inflammation, itch, and the uncomfortable skin. So in today's video, we're going to talk all about mindset. Specifically, I'm going to share with you guys the top mindset shifts I had to make on my own healing journey. Now, the whole reason why I want to create a whole video on mindset is because having a good mindset actually speeds up healing, believe it or not. There's actually a science behind the whole mind-body connection, and when you're dealing with eczema and or TSW, a lot of emotions come into play. Healing eczema and TSW is really a roller coaster ride. Some days you feel really great, and some days you feel really terrible, and really it's a wild ride of emotions that you might go through. Some days you're feeling really depressed and sad, maybe other days you're feeling okay, other days maybe you're feeling a little bit better, but then you get discouraged again when you go through another flare, because flaring comes often during healing. It's not always linear healing, and so that's why in today's video I want to talk all about mindset, because I want you guys to learn how to manage your mindset, how to shift your mindset in order to help you heal. Because without having a positive mindset and knowing how to shift it, then it's going to be a little bit more challenging to heal your skin. So I want to teach you guys in today's video on how to shift your mindset into a more positive one, even when things are tough. So if you're looking for inspiration in your journey today and you're having a really down day, then make sure you continue watching this video, because I'm going to give you some really good inspirational mindset tips. Now, before we officially get started in today's video, I want to remind you guys to come join my free Facebook group called the Eczema Healing Tribe. This is where I go on weekly Facebook Lives every Monday at 4:00 p.m. PST, and I offer really valuable tips on managing your eczema and TSW, talk about diet, supplements, and your lifestyle changes that can really help you with your healing journey. Now, this is very different than my YouTube videos because I'm actually live in the session, so you can actually ask me questions during the live and I'll be able to answer them to the best of my ability. So if you haven't joined our Facebook group, come join us. Just go to the description box and there should be a link there for you to click in and request to join. Now make sure you answer the membership questions in order to be approved in the Facebook group. The biggest struggle when healing eczema is not knowing when your skin is going to get better. That's why my very first tip that I have for you on how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to know that the pain that you're going through is only temporary. The pain that you're going from scratching, itching, and the flaring is only temporary and is a part of the healing process. Know that over the next couple months, the next couple years, your skin is going to be a lot better. Now, initially, your healing journey is going to be a lot more like a roller coaster ride, but if you're giving your body exactly what it needs to heal, supporting your body during this time, then your healing is going to be a lot more linear. And I'm saying this because I went through eczema and TSW myself, for those of you who don't know, and in the beginning of my journey, it was also really challenging. I had a lot of ups and downs, more downs than ups, and I wanted to give up on most days. But I kept reminding myself that this pain is temporary. Dealing with skin issues is only temporary. If I'm giving my body what it needs to heal, whether that's nutrition, whether that's managing my stress, then I'm going to eventually see healing. So I constantly reminded myself on a daily basis that this is all temporary, and that in 2 years or 3 years, I'm gonna have amazing skin, no rashes, and even if I have a little bit of rashes, I'm gonna appreciate the fact that I no longer have to use steroids anymore, because I have learned how to support my body without using steroids to manage the flares. So if you're feeling discouraged right now, remind yourself that dealing with skin issues is temporary and you're eventually going to see a lot of healing. The next tip that I have on how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to don't think that every time you flare, you're going backwards. Sometimes during flaring, it's actually your body telling you that it's working really hard to heal. That's how I had to shift my mindset when it comes to flares, thinking that my body is telling me something. It's telling me that it's trying to heal. Maybe something triggered it. Maybe I've been more stressed out. Maybe I ate too much junk food this week. Whatever the case might be for you, your body is telling you a sign to take care of it. Now, of course, there are going to be times when your flares are more random and you are taking care of your body, but you're still flaring, and usually that's the sign that it's just trying to heal. So sometimes during a flare, what it's telling you is that the toxins are being released out of your body through the skin. So even though it's really uncomfortable and it feels painful and itchy, it's actually a good thing because it's telling you that your body is knowing how to eliminate toxins and heal your skin. I really want you guys to change how you perceive your flares. Rather than thinking that it's always a bad thing, I want you to embrace it. Know that this is part of the journey and it's gonna get better. And don't think that flaring is always you going back. It can actually tell you you're going forwards, right? Changing that mindset is going to really make a difference. The next tip that I have for how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to understand that your body is a very, very powerful healing machine. What I mean by this is that your body is smart. It knows how to heal. It knows that when it doesn't like something, it'll give you symptoms and tell you about it. When you are flaring, just remind yourself that your body is smart in doing what it's doing. Really, really trust the process. Our bodies are designed to filter out toxins naturally because we have really important organs that do that. Our body also knows how to fight the cold and fight the flu. So it makes sense that when you're dealing with eczema and TSW, it's also going to know what it's doing. So as long as you know how to take care of your body and you're doing the right things, then just trust the process and remind yourself that your body is smart. One of the most common mistakes I see a lot of eczema and TSW warriors doing is thinking they have to do all of the things in order to prevent the flare-up or to make their flare-ups better. They take a bunch of supplements, they go on a really restrictive diet, they try to meditate all the time even though they hate it, or they try to do the next detox or the next cleanse. The problem with this is that there is no quick fix to calm a flare-up. That's why this next tip that I have for how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to really take a deep breath and calm down. Because when you're going through a flare-up and you're trying to do all of the things that I mentioned, your body is actually going to reject it, especially when you're panicking and you're stressed and you're just flustered and you're just trying to find every single tip on the internet or on YouTube on how to calm the flare. Your body is already stressed out at the moment. So whatever you're trying to give it, maybe the 10 supplements you're taking or the restrictive diet you're trying to be on, it's not absorbing those nutrients, it's not absorbing those supplements, and you're really just forcing your body and doing things that it doesn't want to do. So my biggest tip is to take a deep breath and calm down and know that there isn't necessarily a quick tip to calm a flare-up right away. The biggest thing right now during this time when you feel flustered and feel like you got to do all the things is to really just relax. Relax and rest, and that's all you really need. And so moving on into the next tip on how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is realizing that you can't just focus on one thing to help your skin heal. Now, going off of the previous tip, I'm not saying you have to do all of the things all at the same time. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, some people ask me, if I go on a diet, why isn't my eczema healing? If I go vegan, why is my skin worse? Or I've been working really hard on my stress, but my skin is still flaring. Now you have to remember that you can't expect your skin to heal if you focus on just one aspect. If you just focus on diet, sometimes that's not enough. Especially if you have nutrient deficiencies, you likely need to supplement in order to fill the gap. Or if you just focus on stress and you don't have a good diet, then even if you manage your stress really well, but you're not getting enough nutrients in your food, then your skin is going to have a hard time healing. Remember, healing eczema takes a multifaceted approach. It requires a diet change, supplement regimen, lifestyle changes, figuring out your root causes, stress, mindset, the environment. There are a lot of things that go on when it comes to healing your eczema, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Just to be mindful and to know that focusing on one thing isn't necessarily going to heal your skin completely. It might help with the symptoms, but it might not resolve your skin issues 100%. The next tip that I have for how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is something I really learned from dealing with skin issues myself for many, many years. I learned that with dealing with the flare and dealing with skin issues is that I really need to just take it as a blessing rather thinking my life sucks from it. And the reason why I say this is because when I was going through really bad flares, a lot of oozing and flaking, I had a really negative mindset, and this is kind of my own personal story, but I used to hate my skin and hate myself and say, why is this happening to me? Like, I don't deserve this. I'm so ugly. Nobody likes me. I can't be in public. And I was just spiraling down this negative mindset. And I felt really, really sorry for myself. And I didn't know how to get out of that mindset. At that time, I didn't really know about meditation. I didn't know about journaling. I didn't know how to shift my mindset. And so I struggled tremendously with this part, being in this negative mindset, and didn't know how to get myself out of that hole. That's why this tip that I have for you guys is to take your skin condition as a blessing. Rather thinking that your life sucks from it and it's never gonna get better, I really want you guys to shift that mindset and try to go from negative to positive. Whenever you guys have a negative thought, try and turn that around to a positive thought. Remember, there's a whole mind-body connection, and what your mind is thinking is actually going to happen, right? So if you constantly tell yourself that my life sucks, my skin sucks, I look horrible, it's never going to heal, then your body is also going to believe what you're thinking and what you're saying. I know it is really challenging to think positively, especially when you're in a very severe flare. But trust me, making these changes to your mindset is going to make a world of a difference. Even if you don't feel instant relief right away, there is never instant relief, but at least you feel a little bit more better about yourself. So the next tip that I have for how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to take what people say with a grain of salt. We all know there's a lot of information on eczema and TSW, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Google, TikTok, right? It's a lot of information out there and it can get very, very overwhelming. Although content creators who are helping you heal your eczema, including me, I also give a lot of tips as well. At the end of the day, everyone's body is very, very different and unique. Some of the tips that I recommend and some of the tips that other dietitians or other content creators create might not apply to you, right? So if something doesn't sit right to you, and if you've tried something and it doesn't work, then maybe that's time for you to find a plan that's actually customized for you. And all the information that you take on from Google or from YouTube, take it with a grain of salt, especially if it doesn't resonate with you. Now, I try my very best to give you guys really valuable eczema and TSW tips, and my whole goal as an eczema coach is to actually eliminate some of the confusion that you guys might get from the wild amount of information out there. So that being said, I'm not saying to click out of this video and stop listening to me. I'm just saying to really evaluate where you're getting your information from. Are they reputable? And is it someone that you can trust? And the next tip that I have for how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to be happy that you have people who are supportive of your journey. Dealing with eczema and TSW, and I say this all the time, is really isolating and challenging. And so if you have family and friends who are there for you the entire time, really appreciate those things, because it helps a lot with your healing, and not everyone has a family or has loved one to support them during their journey. Just be happy that you have someone to talk to, someone to share your struggles to, even if they don't fully understand eczema and TSW because they haven't gone through it. If you can talk to your family and just let out your emotions and have them be there for you during your journey, it's really nice, right? And so just appreciate that we have such a supportive community and supportive family and friends to help you get through such a challenging condition. The next tip that I have for how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW is to not have a timeline of when you want to heal. The problem with dealing with eczema and TSW is it can be really up and down, right? So you never really know when you're going to heal. I wish we knew, because that would just make life so much easier, but we don't. Setting a timeline can actually disappoint you, and this is something I learned going through my journey. Every single year I would tell myself, I'm gonna heal by 1 year, I'm gonna heal by 2 years, I'm gonna heal next month, and whenever I got to that point and I didn't heal, I would get really, really depressed and really sad. I start to spiral down again, that negativity, and ask myself, why aren't I healing fast? Why is this person healing faster than me? And all the crazy things that come up in my mind just because I didn't meet that goal of wanting to heal at that time. What you guys can do instead to shift that mindset is to actually don't set a timeline and just set really simple goals to help you get clear skin. What I mean by this is that you could simply just set a goal like, I'm going to eat 2 servings of vegetables every single day, or I'm gonna drink 32 ounces of water every single day. By setting these daily or weekly tasks, it's going to eventually get you to that goal of healing skin. So rather than setting a timeline of me wanting to heal in a year, what I'm doing instead is actually setting tasks I'm going to do every single day to help me get to that goal. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple, and that will take a lot of the stress around meeting the expectation to heal at a certain time. And the final tip that I have for you guys in today's video is to love your skin. You are no different than anyone else. Just because you have red patches on your body does not define you as a person. When you're having skin issues, it's really showing how strong and powerful you are as a person to be able to go through such a debilitating condition. And so really love your skin that you're in. Don't be ashamed of showing it to people. If someone's gonna comment on how bad your skin is, that's really on them. It's all about shifting your mindset around how you perceive your own skin and feeling more confident about it. And obviously this is going to take work, it's going to take time, it's going to take some effort in learning how to shift that mindset. But as time goes on and you learn how to love your skin more and just appreciate you don't have other chronic conditions besides your skin, you're gonna feel more uplifted, more positive, and feel like this journey isn't as hard as you make it. Because at the end of the day though, you define your own happiness, and the last thing I want is for your skin to define how happy you are, right? So that is my final tip for you guys, is to love the skin you're in and really just try to embrace it, know that it's going to pass, and staying positive during this time. Okay guys, so at this point of the video, you learned the top tips on how to shift your mindset during eczema and TSW. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you're still struggling with mindset and you're looking for more support with your healing journey, you can book a free consultation call with me at the link in the description box below, and I would love to chat more on how I can help you with your mindset. As always, if you haven't already, be sure to check out the other videos right here where I share other tips and advice on healing your eczema and TSW. Thanks guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.